Good morning. Okay. Hi, good morning. I hope you get to see this. Nurse Chi, please keep me anonymous, Nurse Chi. I'm in love with someone's husband. After I graduated university in 2021. During that year, Christmas, I decided to follow my girlfriend to her hometown in Anambra State instead of going to my own village since I spend Christmas every year at my father's place. This time I decided to visit somewhere new. One day, me and my girlfriend, whom I was in her village, decided to take me to watch masquerade show. So it was at this masquerade show I met this man. We exchanged contact and started talking from there. Throughout my stay there, he will always come to my girlfriend's house to pick us up. Mind you, my girlfriend's parents are strict, so I had to introduce him to my girlfriend's parents as a fiancé so they would feel comfortable in picking me up from their home. I remember very clearly the first day we met, I asked him if he was married and he said no. I told him he looked married because in my head, how can a successful man like him at his age be unmarried? He told me that's one of the reasons he came back. He eventually made me believe he was not married and I stopped asking. He asked me to be his girlfriend and I agreed because I love how simple he was. He supported me financially and communicated every day with me when he traveled back. Do you know he made time to come back to Nigeria to see me once in like every 2 months? During Easter 2022, I picked him at the airport. He even visited my parents and told my mom about him. Trust me, this guy never gave me a reason to suspect him of being married because I got to meet his elder sister and visited his family house. I don't know how he pulled it off or who he told them I was to him. Fast forward 4 months later, I started feeling somehow. I added weight and even my mom told me I should watch my weight. Mind you, I don't live with my parents. I live in Lagos where I'm to serve for NYC. Could you believe that I was 4 months pregnant and don't know yet? Yeah, I saw my period even though I was pregnant. This was cases this was cases I read only in Google Chrome. When I took the test, I doubted. I had to go for scan. The doctor that scanned me gave me a delivery date. I was laughing like I'm about to go crazy. The doctor advised to discuss with the father of the child and get ready to register for antenatal. I was shocked, but I knew it was too soon. But since me and this my supposed boyfriend have talked about marriage before, I had to let him know the situation on ground. So to cut story short, I told him one thing led to the other. He told me he can't marry me now, but he will take care of me. And trust me, as an Igbo girl and first daughter, I never signed up to be a baby mama. But that's not the worst scenario. Because of the response he gave me, I questioned him because he seemed off and I asked if he has a woman because it's been 7 months of knowing him after telling me how he wants to be with me every day and now pregnancy is here and he's backing out. And now pregnancy is here and he's backing out. He broke down in tears and told me that he has a woman in that country with him. He again gave me half truth that he is in a situationship with this lady and she gave him kids. Not one or two kids. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. I felt violated and deceived. I asked him, why did he lie to me? He said it's because he knew I wouldn't have agreed to date him if I knew he was married. I didn't sleep that night. I was awake counting the ceiling. My mind kept on telling me that he is married to this lady. Because how can a situationship give two kids? So 2 days later, I came up with an idea. I pretended over the call that I heard from a friend that he is married. I started crying to make him submit to the truth, even though it was all my ideas my head gave me. He tried to deny again, but I was persistent and finally he agreed to it. That was when I cried a real cry in regret. Because of that betrayal, I couldn't find the courage to keep that pregnancy. I deeply regret it. I just couldn't find myself in between another woman's marriage. I never told my family about the pregnancy because it would break my mom too. I took it on myself and opened up to one of my childhood friends. She introduced me to a doctor that took me to a private hospital and I got the baby removed. It was life and death. The pains I went through was worse than a labor pain. To top it all, I was alone at the hospital with no one to watch after me. I was discharged after 3 days. My vein was swollen up. I told him it was over between us and I stick to it for 2 months. I was not picking his calls or talking to him. I wanted to forget him so hard. Unfortunately, I started to miss him, and this was because I had already loved him so much and he wasn't giving up either. He visited Nigeria unannounced. He pleaded that I forgive him. He convinced me to traveling back with him to the country he was based with his wife for holidays to make things up. I felt bad about it. I went, but I didn't agree to go out together with him because I'm scared of being seen. He lodged me in the hotel close to his home. I wasn't allowed to talk to anyone in that country or make new friends. This continued back and forth. I know he didn't really have a good relationship with his wife, but amidst all this, and I had a soft spot for him, but I don't want to end up marrying him. He told me we can start all over afresh and no lies this time. He wants to take me as a second wife, but I know inside me that my conscience will let me do such a thing. I'm just stuck in this scenario. I want to leave, but I don't know how to. I have tried to have a relationship with a new guy, but the standard he has set, none of these new guys are close. Any guy that tries to come close to me ends up seeing me as expensive and out of their budget. I'm still stuck here waiting for an expiring date. One thing I know is I won't be a second wife to him. I'm sure of it. I don't want to turn off another woman's life for mine to shine. I need advice on what to do. I feel guilty now. I don't know how I got to this point. He thinks I'm his true soulmate now. I agree, but I guess in our next world, I'm just 23 and too young to be this fucked up. I'll be in the comment for advice. Keep me anonymous. It is well. So the first comment says, you need to reconcile yourself with the fact that this man is not yours, and you seem to be the type of girl that doesn't want to share a man. So let me go completely. What will be, and believe there's always someone better out there searching for you. The next comment said, after all the pain, one would think you've learned. I'm disappointed. Dear poster, you try you. How do you manage knowing he has a wife? I'm sure he still loves her. How does it feel being a second option? Let's forget all those. Are you sure your womb is still intact? Because to abort now something else. ODD 4 months baby. Thirdly, auntie, go and get a job. So the fourth comment said, young girls, they do big things these days. After reading this long story, thinking is a lady of 28 or 30. Or thinking is a lady of 28 or 30 plus, only to see 23. This 2000-year generation are hilarious. I beg, take your advice from others. I don't have any for you. The last comment that I'll be reading says, how can you go through that excruciating pain of removing your unborn baby and still going back to him? This is stupid. This is stupidity of the highest order. It's like a dog going back to his vomit. It is well. I don't want to say anything negative. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye.